Good morning, good morning, good morning. Actually, it was good morning, good morning, good morning. I used to listen to a podcaster that would start their podcast out that way. Unfortunately, that podcaster didn't last very long. I guess he ran out of stories because he told wonderful stories. It was a very enjoyable podcast. I cannot remember the name of that. That was years ago. But he always started out, good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes, it is Tuesday morning, and this is early for me to be doing real things. I mean, my morning consists of very quiet activities usually and not much talking. Hubby and I, we aren't mad at each other. We just don't need to say anything for a couple hours in the morning, and we drink our coffee. He watches TV. Sometimes I watch with him. Sometimes he goes in another room and watches TV, so I don't have to. I think he judges my mood. I'm going to start spinning here. I think he judges my mood, and decides whether he's going to stay in the same room with me or not. I know that sounds funny, but it's all in loving comments that I'm making here. We have been together 27 years this year, and you get to know people pretty well after you live with them for that long a time. So, happy Tuesday morning. I am spinning, as I posted almost everywhere, Rambouillet. Somewhat happy with it. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. There is absolutely nothing wrong with it except that it's Rambouillet. Yeah, right. So why did I buy it? Ooh, I love the green. It was a good price, and I can spin Rambouillet if I want to. It's going to make really nice something. Oh, hey, speaking of making something, why do I have no viewers yet? I'm going to wait a little bit. I finished my teapot cozy. I posted a picture in Discord on my Discord under current projects. I am a woefully terrible Discord poster. I gave up doing my blog years ago because I just couldn't really keep after it, and I thought Discord would replace it, and most certainly the iPad and camera, my iPad and phone, I thought would really remedy one of the roadblocks, which is I can take a picture and then post it immediately. So the roadblocks have been removed. I am just lazy about it. I appreciate the record of what I've done because a lot of my memories go away, and it really has been helpful. Sometimes if I have to go back and look for information for entering an item in the fair or whatever, it really does help. Especially things that are made that aren't labeled. Yarn gets labeled, right? But teapot cozies don't. So it's really good for completely finished projects. If I was going to pick and choose. I also like Ravelry a lot, and I tend to focus on Ravelry the most. And I do try to get both the fiber, the yarn, and that's a threesome, and finished projects in there, in Ravelry. Having said that, I haven't put a picture of this in Ravelry, and I most certainly have a picture on my iPad, so I took it, so there's no excuse. probably will do that after I get off streaming here. We are, one of the reasons I made this extra early this morning, when I stream on Tuesdays, I'd like to try 11 to 1, but I made it extra early because we have to leave the house at 11. We are going to pick up an auction lot, and it's up in Indiana. I don't know if we're going to be doing other errands or not. It's okay with me if we do. I don't have any other plans for today. So, we've also been planning days out to get away from the house for a little bit. Hubby and I both felt we probably would benefit from that. He's been kind of in a funk lately, so I think he needs a little break to his routine too. The work around here is just endless, right? You have to walk away from it. You can't get it all done and then leave. And I think he still is trying to do just that, get it done and then leave. And it really doesn't ever end. So you just have to go. And we're talking about next Wednesday going to a place that's in Indiana called West Baden or French Lick. They're kind of together. And check it out because we've heard various and sundry reports that it's open, it's not open. It had some damage. I believe West Baden's not open, but French Lick is. Probably. But we want to check out what's going on. Probably let him go to the casino for a little bit, get a room overnight. So, we're going to have a little getaway. Come on. I don't like the fact I have no viewers. Usually, Twitch's stuff pops up. Oh, it's all there. Alright. Alright. It's just too early for you all. I understand. Catch the VOD. Hope you're watching this on the VOD. I got a cup of coffee here and I gotta make sure I drink it or it'll get cold. The only way I like cold coffee is if I put creamer and sweetener and ice cubes in it. Let's see if I can catch a Pokemon. Gotta put your cursor in the right place there. And I have an ad coming in. Good. Everybody stay in bed until the ads are over. I just think that's a very good idea. I try to stay in bed sometimes, you know, and boy, that just isn't me. I just can't do it. The only time I can even come close to maybe doing it is the middle of January or February when it's just, you know, the house is always so chilly. Then I don't want to get up. So, we're playing Chill Hop today, and I'm using Pretzel. Very interesting. I can get Chill Hop free, and I paid for it, or well, I'm on a trial period. I'll have to pay $80 if by June 6th if I want to keep Pretzel. I'm thinking about doing it because was kind of tired of all the music that I could get through Chill Hop. But this is a Chill Hop channel on Pretzel, and they seem to have different music. Kind of liking it this morning. I have turned the music up. I got the Pokemon. That's what you get if nobody else is here. um, I have turned the music up. I'm also speaking louder, intentionally. Not to compete so much with the music, because when I listened to last stream, I couldn't hear the music at all. I believe you can if you wear headphones. I don't know. It would be an interesting poll to put out. I don't know if anybody would ever find a poll and do it if I put one out, but it would be interesting to find out how many people actually listen with headphones and how many want to try and listen, like through their phone or other computer device. Because it makes a difference on the volume. And if you're finding that, you're not really hearing any of my streams very good, maybe you could try headphones in the past, because I haven't really, it's still in the testing phase for all this. I tested it some when I was looking into Pretzel, but that's not to say I've got it worked out yet. I'm going to get an ad in 1.5 minutes here. Usually it's a little bit longer than what they say before it starts, or before at least I get to notice that it's started. Okay, let's spin. Okay, the ad's going to start in a minute. I will not chat till we get, I know you all are out of them. Let the spinning wheel do its chatter. This one is a noisy wheel on streams. I found that out listening to the last stream. It's good ASMR. wonder if it decided not to run ads. It never gave me a message. Or I missed it. Yeah, I missed it. There it is. It's under 2 minutes. They must wait and tell me that, or to tell me. Yeah, this music's a little repetitive. It's almost over. We'll start fading here, I bet, in a second or two. Okay, it says you're back. Welcome back. So, talking about ads, I run the minimum, right? I am not into this. I don't make money on this at all. The last check I got from Twitch was a couple months ago, and it was just $24, right? And I don't know how many months that was. I don't keep track of that kind of stuff. I don't worry about it. If money shows up, that's fine. And, you know, I don't do things for subscribers to make them want to pay for the subscription. I'm not the best advocate for that portion of streaming and Twitch and all that, because I gave my knowledge away in podcasts for 13 years without making a penny on it. This is the background I'm coming from, right? I have knowledge. I like to share it. I don't have really good opportunity to teach anywhere. This kind of information that I have about spinning and fiber and all that is very niche. It's very tiny community that would be interested. And so, you know, I count the friends. I count the people who come and join me on the stream. I'm glad for them. They're my company, and not so much students anymore. The podcasting was all about teaching, but the streaming is all about me accomplishing tasks and having company while I do it. I use my streaming time to get things done because I am so liable to put it off forever if I don't have that incentive. Having said that, I have discovered about myself that I am a process person. I like the process. I am not as interested in the final product, and this is why I have so much hand spun yarn, because I haven't done anything with it. I sold some, but again, that's a niche market. I plan to put more on eBay, keep at it a little bit at a time, but this isn't my enjoyable, that's not my enjoyable part of the process. Getting rid of the yarn or using it. Making the yarn is. I love to spin. And a lot of the other things I make, again, unless they're specifically something for us, like for Christmas tree or, you know, the Christmas decorating that I'm doing, the ornaments right now, I don't really have a use for the end product a lot of times when I'm crafting. This is why so often when a person learns a new craft and they get started going really good on it and they get good, and all of a sudden they see the results adding up, they look at that and they say, I need to make money off of this so I can buy some more. I mean, it's just a natural progression to try and sell what you make. And it's hard. It's very hard. I have done so many different ways of trying to sell. Let's just take one of the many things I do. Hand spun yarn. I have done booths. I'll lump together that and fiber. When I was raising Angora rabbits, I sold the fiber. So I'll lump that all together. I would do booths at maybe 4 not craft fairs, but fiber fairs, fiber festivals a year. I did not list it online then. Now, I might do 1 fiber festival a year, and I'm listing it online. So, you know, what I'm saying is, it's inevitable that people who learn a new craft and a new skill and create things have to find a use for it or sell it, you know, and it's so easy to think, well, I could make a lot of money on this. Well, maybe you can. Some do. But hand spun yarn, no. Don't base your business on that. For many years, I reconciled myself to this problem by saying, well, hand spun yarn is, you just can't put a price on it, right? It's just too, for all the time, and depending on what fiber you bought and what you did to it. Did you dye the fiber? You know, did you do the carding or combing to get it ready to spin? Whatever. All of that time can't really ever get paid for. So, keep it. Oh, I missed a Pokemon. I wasn't paying attention. Oh well. I'd drink some coffee too. Just chatting and spinning away here. Come on. I got a little lemon cookies here. They come in a little pack of 4. Usually, I get them at places like Dollar General. They're really good. They have lemon cream inside. I love lemon. So I'm reading in Discord, a lot of people are starting to rev up their plans for Tour de Fleece, which will actually start end of June, the last day of June. Am I right? I think I'm right. Usually it starts July 1st. I have not considered this yet. My only thought towards that is I want to get these 2 bobbins cleared because they're the only bobbins that have anything on them. And then I'll just do other crafts until Tour de Fleece starts. But as far as setting goals, figuring out what I want to spin, don't know. I could be totally different and not spin during Tour de Fleece and just use it as processing time. I mean, it takes me weeks and weeks anyway to wash a fleece, or which is really not a big project. That hardly takes more than a couple hours during one day. But combing it definitely takes days and days and days. I have 3 fleeces I need to do. If I just did those fleeces, that would be a different thing. I have never done that for tour, not spin at all. Only thing I can't stream is my drum carder, unfortunately. Unless I could have hubby move it in here. Or I try streaming it, set up my phone somehow. Hi, KB. Good morning to you. You will need to do some fiber prep before tour. Well, you know, if you heard me thinking out loud there, I may do a really different Tour de Fleece. I may not spin. I may do all prep. It's easy to set up my combing. My combs for stream. I can do those. I could even throw some dyeing in there. I don't know. Might have to grab hubby and see if he can work up some kind of mount or something in the kitchen. Holly, good morning. Good to see you. It's early for you. It's early for me, but not as early as you. KB and I are on the same time. KB, I saw your stream. I went and looked at all the stuff you got. I was jealous. I didn't go. I was sorry I didn't go, but I didn't go. There is one, not this weekend, but the next one in Indiana. I forget what that's called. Thank you for my stickers. Coffee. You were expecting it to be bigger for some reason. Yeah, it's kind of a smaller one, isn't it? The one that I'm going to talk about that is coming up is also the same way. They say they have 90 vendors, but it doesn't feel like that, right? It doesn't feel like, I never went around and counted, but somehow it just doesn't feel like it's that big. Let me get my internet up here and figure out which one that is. It's in Franklin. Hoosier Hills. Okay. Yeah. May 31st and June 1st. Franklin, Indiana. Here's the link. This coming weekend. You mean coming weekend. Yeah. Yeah, Great Lakes is too far for me to go. I often go to this one in Indiana, though. Stupid smartphone. Yeah. Now to call them stupid phones. Huh? Let's see. Control V. There we go. There's your link. And let me find a calendar. I think that's a Friday and Saturday. Abby and I were looking at that. Where's my calendar? Huh. There it is. Yeah, it's a Friday and a Saturday. They don't have Sundays. I suspect we'll go Friday. So I am spinning Rambouillet, 100% Rambouillet. It's called Emily's Green. Interlacements is the producer of it. I have one bobbin already done. There was 8 ounces, and this is 4 ounces of it, approximately. I never get it come out exactly even, but I'm going to apply these together. Originally, I was thinking I was going to use this as a second ply for a number of very multicolored braids of fiber, but I decided against it. I decided the multicolor ones. I've been doing a lot of multicolors with a solid color and not liking it. I'm just always not real happy with it. So I have decided that I'm going to take a couple of the multi braids that I have and just split them in half and spin them together that way and see if I'm less happy with that and go back to the other one. You know what I'm saying? I need a change and I got to figure this out. These braids that I have in mind, I can't reach them, otherwise I would show them to you, but these braids that I have in mind, they're very close. All the colors are very close in tone and gradient, right? It's not like it's red, white, and blue, that kind of thing. So, yay, KB! You got Dino. I need to look up more. Might stop by on Friday on your way to... Oh, you're going to a graduation party in Michigan. Well, that's quite a trip. It's that time of year, isn't it? My goodness. It's going to be a while before I have anybody graduating. Either me or hubby. All his nieces and nephews. The last youngest one is in college. I'm not real sure. He's not in college anymore. He's working. That's right. He's working out in Seattle with his sisters, where his sister lives. So yeah, they're all grown up for the most part. And then I have a grandson who is 12, so, you know, that'll be a little bit too, although that'll go fast. It won't be long. The way time goes. You have a maroon and silver braid to spin. You got a bunch of stuff to blend and dye first. I saw, you know, That's what I was just saying. I saw your die kits. I have some of the, I have one of those, and I can't remember what it is, but one of those kits I bought one time to try. I'm pretty sure, I can't say 100%, but I'm pretty sure I would have bought the one with things I can't get. Like, I can get black walnut, right? I'm pretty sure I got, like, madder, maybe cochineal, something like that, that I would have to buy anyway, because I don't have it. Hey, you all. Put your eyeballs on the screen. I want to show you my tea cozy, since I have an audience now. It turned out really cute. I'm very happy with it. There's no tea in this pot, so don't think I'm going to be spilling it all over me. But I'm going to set it down there because you can see. Let me do this. You can see it kind of has a skirt, right? And that was not the way the pattern was shown in the book at all. It kind of curled under, or I mean, it was shown as just coming right down to the end. You could see where my hand is. But I really like it with that on there. I just left it. It's crocheted. You start and do 2 rows of each color, right? And go around there. You have to leave a halfway, get in there, a hole for the spout, right? And then where you sew it up right here, you leave that open. I'm sorry, I'm not watching the camera. Leave that open for the handle. There is a single crochet chain. Can you see it right here? That is, I don't want the pot to fall here. But basically, that's how you take it off, right? If you want to take it off. Which you have to do, right? You have to leave it this way to fill your teapot and everything. But then you drawstring that shut for the cozy part. I liked it. It was, as I said, not exactly. I made this part up here. They just wanted you to thread through the ends of the rows of the crochet, and I thought, well, that isn't going to work. So, I did a single crochet, chain one, single crochet, chain one all the way around, and then single crochet on top of that, and then threaded they did tell me to make the single crochet thread chain for the tie. Anyway, I was real happy with it, and I have been putting off finishing it. I mean, it was just so close to being done, and I just never picked it up. And I did last night. I was like, I am doing this. I am finishing this. And I did. Haven't used it yet. Now you want one, well? This is my second tea cozy. The first one is knit and pretty intricate in its pattern. This is basically real simple. This teapot is the teapot I use every day. The one cozy that I knit that is so intricate and I really don't want to use it. So I put it on a teapot that I don't like to use for because it's an older collectible teapot, right? I just display it with the cozy on it. Anyway, this one should be functional. I should be using it. This is made out of dishcloth cotton, red and white. My white's almost gone because I had used it on something else. The red I have a lot of. I'm thinking of making a washcloth, or I mean a dishcloth out of it, what's left over. I love it too. I'm very happy with it. It makes me sad that I don't get busy and make, more, do more knitting or crocheting. I have a sweater, cardigan that I've been crocheting on forever. I need to finish that up. I have no excuse. I just don't knit and crochet as much as I spin. And Holly, thank you for the bits that you spent for the stickers. I appreciate that too. I just noticed that. One of these days I'll bring my phone in. Excuse me. Because that's where I can do the stickers. I'll do all the stickers. I have a whole bunch of them, and I can do them free. That would be fun, but I don't know. I have to stop spinning and do it, and, I don't want to stop spinning. I have all this fiber that needs spun. I feel like, the straw into gold spinner. There's my roses. Yes, thank you. You have used that before, and I told you that those were some of my roses. That's the one you used. Unfortunately, that rose bush is gone, but I have replaced it with another climbing, old-fashioned rose that is actually a real dark pink. I should take some. It's been blooming. I should take some pictures of that. Thank you. Hey, this is starting to look like it's making some progress here. KB, I'll tell you, if you do go to that Worcester one, they, at least in the past, have had a really nice area of chairs. And we always bring some chairs too that are in bags, that we can put in the car. But they set up, people sit there and spin. I never take a spinning wheel uh, I could charge up my little one and my little Nano and try that. I might do that. I need to try it at home and see if I can figure out a way to put it on my lap, because one of the things, it's not at a table necessarily. Some people bring little setups for themselves, but you know. And I will say, we've always been kind of on a timetable, and I've stuck the Fiber Fair in there, you know, in the midst of other stuff that we're doing on that way. So, I have never stayed to spin, and I'm going to try that this year. See if I can find people to sit and talk to for a while. You have a pillow table. Yeah, I have one. I have a pillow for writing. You know, it has a plastic hard top on the top of the pillow that is. I use it to write letters on. I think that would work, but I haven't actually tried it. Besides, I haven't had the Nano out forever. Let's see. Maybe I'll do that Thursday night. Probably, I might be doing the last little bit of this Thursday. Depends. I have to get off right at 2 hours today, because we got to go pick up. I bought some depression glass at an auction that it's up in the pickup place is up in Indiana. It's what would have been in the past. I would have and have gone to many times over the years, a farm auction. You know, where they auction off the household stuff, and it had all sorts of antiques and primitives and that sort of thing. They did not do the in-person auction. They did an online auction through Wardlow, and sometimes Wardlow's auctions, you pick it up at their office, and sometimes you go to the site and pick it up. And this one is about the furthest we've ever gone for an auction. I will tell you, I got a little bit of... there's a spin-in going in Kentucky. I don't know. You didn't take any of your spinning things. Where are you talking? Oh, you meant the one in Lexington? You meant last weekend? Yeah, they always spin. If you're talking about that, they do always spin. And I've never joined them either, to be honest with you, because, again, it's just like, you know, sometimes it depends who I go with. A lot of times lately I've been going with my daughter, and she has to get back home. She's on a real short timetable. So I'm going, I didn't go this year, and I'm going to this other one with hubby. Anyway, I want to talk about the way auctions go and everything, because I got a little bit of auction fever. There was vintage clothing, and they show photos of everything. I could have gone to see it in person, but I would have had to go up to that place, and I didn't want to make the drive twice. So I was just going on the photos, but I didn't think people would bid on it, right? Vintage clothing usually does not go high. And anyway, there was a dress, a dressy dress, out of satin and all that. I was not interested in that dress. It was pretty, but it was more from the 70s or 80s. The rest of it was things made and embroidered, and it was white organza with lace, and it was a white fabric I couldn't quite identify, and they don't tell me, but I was thinking it might be silk jacket. And they were definitely from the Victorian times. It looked very much, I was guessing, but it looked very much like Victorian whitework clothing. So, I bid on it, and somebody outbid me. There were 5 pieces of clothing. No, 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of clothing. I put my bid around $25 for the whole thing, and somebody outbid me, so I waited and I thought, and I waited and I thought. This goes over days, right? I have lots of time to think about it. And I finally said, oh, what the heck, I'm going to go and put my bid in up to $40. And I waited until very close to when it was closing. Sometimes that's a good way to get something. Well, not this time. The same person had bid the entire auction against anybody that bid on it, right? You can see, you don't know their name, but you see a number. And I could see the same number was bidding on it. And they outbid me at $41, and I wouldn't go more, so they got it. I don't do that very often. I try really hard not to get that bidding fever, right, and that sort of thing. But I was really fascinated by the whitework, so I hope they enjoy it. Anyway, I did bid on some clear depression glass, which I think's a misnomer. I don't think it's really. I think it's from the same period of time, and it has it's clear and it has a pattern on it. But I got 5 pieces for $15, so I was happy with that. That's what we're going to pick up today. I have a lot of pink depression glass in the Rose of Sharon pattern, and I have a little bit of green that I've picked up over the years as I've been as I was collecting the pink. But I am not actively collecting depression glass anymore because it has caught on, and it is way more than I paid. In other words, it's time for me to sell, is what it is, but I haven't quite got to that point yet. I'm not far. I have really, truly reached a point where I'm looking and saying, okay, I had the fun of collecting all this. I enjoyed using it. Now and then I would set a pretty table sometimes at Christmas time with all my depression glass and stuff. But truthfully, it's time to just surround myself with things that my life can use and be easy to use and not, going to be a disaster if it gets cracked and broken. If that makes sense. That's why this auction house that does this, their listing of everything is often called a downsizing auction, right? The person is downsizing their life to move into smaller facilities. I mean, I don't know if I'm ready to have one gigantic downsizing just yet. I think I would prefer to do a little bit at a time on my own, but I don't know how much time I have. I I talked about this last stream. We looked at houses within a 50-mile radius for sale, and I'm extremely discouraged. It's just not something that we can afford. It's not a good idea to buy something new again, or buy something again, right? Even if we do get a fair, decent price for this that we're on, the house and land. Oh, no. Holly, you like Manhattan. You don't have a lot and would love more, but really need to start letting things go. You too? When you travel, you try to find some of the souvenir. You're not traveling for fun now. Oh, yeah. I understand the travel bit. Totally. I was lucky to inherit a spoon collection. So sometimes I add to that, and I also personally started a thimble, right? So those are my travel souvenirs, and believe me, they're cheap, and I really, I like that. It's not taking up a whole bunch of room. I am out of places to display more thimbles at the moment. That's kind of expensive. Buy one of those things that have little compartments that you put your thimbles in, but other than that, of course, they're being small. I have lost them too. I get home and well, where is this? Unpack everything, and it's like not there. And I was like, well, I know I bought it. Where is it? Check all the pockets. I lost one that way on the Panama Canal trip. I love traveling. I love traveling, period. I don't love flying. I want to drive. I love going to antique stores or just the thrift shops. I don't know what you mean, bed and breakfast. Oh, you like the staying at the bed and breakfast. Okay, I got that. Yeah. And you love going to antique stores. Yeah. I don't go to antique stores as much as I go to thrift shops. Oh, that got too thin. Let me fix that. Yeah, I tend to go to thrift shops, and sometimes they're really good, right? And sometimes you don't find anything. I don't know why I'm putting this over here. I got a trash can right here. I can't do bread and breakfast. My hubby doesn't like those. We've done a couple. He just doesn't think. I guess he's not real comfortable in somebody else's house. I think that's what it is, to be honest with you. And, I've never met a stranger. I've just been that way. And he also is picky about what he eats, so if they don't do bacon and eggs the way he likes, he's not getting breakfast. And I'll eat anything, man. They are so right when they say opposites attract, aren't they? Okay, there's going to be an ad coming up here in about 5 minutes. I don't always get a warning, so I'm just letting you all know. Use it as a chance to refreshen your drink, whatever, and then I'll see on the other side when it comes up. Yeah, Holly, I knew it was your mom, and I'm sorry to hear it's declining. I know that is just important right now. Really, your life, you have more life after that, and it's just so important. I miss my mom. Oh, I miss my mom. She'll be 88 on Saturday. Well, happy birthday to her on May. Almost, or is that Aries now? Or no, not. Anyway, happy birthday to her. You like, Victorian houses or something, aren't they? You know what I have trouble with, though, is the stairs. There are always multiple stairs in that. And, of course, I'm getting better, but I don't think, she's a Gemini, yeah. I don't think I'll ever get back to, what I had as a younger person, even with the knee replacements. Stairs are, I told my ortho doctor that. I said, why can't I do stairs now? And he says, you're never going to do stairs. It's muscles. It's not the joint. Fixing the joint had nothing to do with it, except it took the pain away of going up and down stairs. I can go up and down stairs now with no pain. That's what the surgery did and the new knees did. But the rest is just my muscles have atrophied, and I need to build them up. And I'm lazy about it. I would go up and down the stairs a couple times a day. Probably would fix it. And I don't like doing it. Oh, look! Litwick. You have issues with stairs, too? But your desire to explore gives me the energy and lessens the pain. Oh, that's sweet. I mean, keep going, girl. Just keep going. I'm impressed. Let me try and catch this Pokemon. Let's see. They sure take liberties with what they consider our animals, or Pokemon. Speaking of which, I have been trying a Pokemon on my phone called Poke Sleep. It's set up for kids to make it fun to go to bedtime and all that sort of thing. But the truth is, you have to plug your phone into a charger or whatever and lay it upside down on your bed. That's the only bad part. But you leave that program running all night, and it does a lot of stuff. I mean, I don't know how it can tell. I'm sure it can tell the slumber, which is when you're, out dead asleep. And it tracks that. It tracks the snoozing, which is the state before you actually fall into deep sleep. It tracks, let's see, what's the other one? It's the next stage where you're settling in, right? So it's basically telling you what of 4 different, falling asleep and gosh, I can't think of what the second one is, but there's 4 stages, and they parse out what percent you do of each, and I can tell I'm only getting 50% based on that of the true deep sleep. I'm not sure how to fix that, and I'm going to keep tracking it. I would like to see that I get more, but that might be my baseline. I mean, that might be how I sleep, right? And all I can do is see if I can increase the state before that. But anyway, it's interesting. It's free. You can have a paid version where you get more features, but I don't. I have to remember to turn it on. I screwed up they do their reports in a week. It starts on Monday. I screwed mine up last week by forgetting until about 3 a.m. to put my phone on the bed, turn it on the program. It made it look like I had like 3 hours of no sleep. Oh, I got away. So, yeah, you have to remember. You talk about Victorian houses and that. The one thing we do like, not the bed and breakfast to stay at, but open houses at Christmas time when they decorate the houses. We have gone to a couple that way, and we haven't done it for a while. We ought to. It made me think of the stairs, though, because, man, it was those kind of stairs that look like they're boxed in, right? Just the walls are right there on either side. They don't make stairs like that anymore very much. Hubby was just always like, I hope they serve hot cider. Now, he would not ask for hot cider at home, ever. But, the thought that somebody's going to hand him a cup of hot cider at the end of the tour is what he looks forward to. If he made it at home, he could spike it. They aren't even spiking it. Don't really spike cider as much as eggnog. Neither one of us like eggnog. Neither one of us, hot or cold. Yeah, I should have known the sign after Taurus is for May. May is Taurus. The sign after that is Gemini, because my brother's birthday is June 8th, and he's a Gemini. I knew that. Couldn't put my brain together to spit that out. We have rainy weather coming. Listening to the weather report this morning on TV. See, we've been abnormally hot, and that is a cold front's coming through, and it's gonna bring storms. It might bring some wind. It should not bring any tornadoes, but there's going to be a lot of periods of heavy rain. So we are not out of the rainy season. My front acreage that sits in front of the house is that and a field that's way in the back by the creek. Both of those fields are rented by, it's used by a local farmer. He alternates between corn or soybeans, depends, but he'll either grow corn or soybeans, and he sells them and gives them, he gets 3/4, we get a quarter of whatever he sells the crop for as payment for the rent. So anyway, we're happy, just ecstatic, because we don't have to mow it. We don't have to keep it cleaned up. It's bad enough what we got to take care of, and gives us a little bit of money. But he has not even plowed yet, right? I don't know. This might be a no-till year. No-till years usually means soybeans, and he just runs over a field, cuts it down, and then comes back with a thing that makes rows and plants the soybeans. Now, he will spray, unfortunately, he will spray weed killer. The no-till is a good environmental thing. The spraying isn't, but I don't see that we have... These fields are less than an acre. I mean, he's probably got an acre in both fields. The quantity that he's spraying, it's there, but I'm going to tolerate it. The option of not letting him do it, of letting him... he wouldn't get a crop to begin with. And the second thing is, if he wasn't running it at all and doing this, we would have to keep all this area mowed. And that's doubling what we mow already. So, you choose your poison, you make your decisions and base it on that. Hubby called. Well, how's he doing? He's traveling, right? Is he back? You're back, but he's not back. I hope he's having safe travels. Okay. He's working 1 a.m. to 2 p.m. I see. He isn't traveling. He's just at work. Okay. Are you going somewhere on your vacation? You gonna do some? I saw on the news. AAA always estimates how many people are going to travel for holiday weekends. Right? They said it's going to be the most since like 2008 or something like that. That there's going to be so many people traveling, and a good number of them are driving, but an exceptional number are flying. It's going to be a really bad weekend or whatever to try to fly. Okay, he's going out. All right. Your vacation isn't until the end of July. Oh, okay. Is he going hunting? I think I remember that you all... Or fishing. Well, hubby and I have planned out some day trips. We are not even really discussing another cruise until 2025, if that. I am trying to keep him on land for a while. I don't mind the cruises, but they're becoming very much the same. And I did the one I really wanted to do, which was the Panama Canal. I got my t-shirt on. See there? Panama Canal. Sort of. Yeah, there we go. Got my Panama Canal t-shirt on. So I did my bucket list on that. There isn't really any I want to do now. He's going shooting prairie dogs. Oh, okay. Yep, hunting. Cruising is, I mean, people either like it or don't, right? I can't guess. I didn't think hubby would like it, and he loves it. My daughter likes it, but she doesn't have anybody to go with it likes it, right? None of her companions are interested. So, it is. It's really, you either like it or you don't. All right. I may not even. Oh, that's ugly. Sorry, Pokemon. I don't want you. I may not even get all of these. This braid is thick, right? And I'm breaking it down into pretty small drafts. These aren't. I don't know what to call these sections. My fiber friend, that went to the Kentucky Sheep and Wool last weekend, said they had a baby yak. She said she just couldn't get enough looking at it. It was so cute. I can't imagine. Yaks are not that cute, but anything that's a baby is cute, right? I would have liked to have seen that. She didn't even take pictures of it. I would have been snapping pictures. KB got it. I've seen a lot of baby fiber animals, but I've never seen a baby yak or a baby camel. Also, turns out my friend is friends with I went to a very small fiber fair in Pleasureville, Kentucky, several weeks ago, maybe a month ago, and I told you all about it in the stream where, it was at this really old Shaker meeting house, and was really small. Anyway, my friend is friends with the person who actually owns that place, and because it's on farm, they have a farmhouse and they have sheep out in the field, and they're fiber people, but they have this old building, historic building on their property, and they use it for various events. They'll rent it out, for various events. And so that was pretty cool. And she was telling me that at the next one, she wants the lady that runs it wants my friend to demonstrate her circular slot machine at the fiber fair. So I said, well, that's cool. I'll go keep you company. Take along a chair and spinning wheel, and I would enjoy that. At least one day. It's a 2-day event, I think. You just finished using your Nitty Nutty to figure out that I made a 4-ply. Oh, okay. You made 4-ply fingering yarn with 242 yarns. Wow. That's 4-ply is unusual. I mean, what do you know what you want to make with a 4-ply? I think of 3-plies as sock yarn, but depending on the wraps per inch. Anyway, that sounds lovely. And that was a lot of spinning. You spun that on your electric eel. I haven't seen you spin much lately. I probably haven't caught it, but you probably have been, but don't know what you're spinning on. You did it on Susie. Okay. Oh, and it's going to be warm. Oh, okay. Well, that's 4-ply. That's good. Yeah. I bet I've seen it on your stream. I just didn't realize it. Not the 4-ply, but what you were spinning for the 4-ply. Can you stream while you're weaving? Do you have it set up? You haven't been spinning on stream. Okay. You have with the table loom. That makes sense. Cool. That's 2 things I have stuck away up at stairs in my fiber room that I hardly ever touch. I have a small table loom, 2 harness, and I have bobbin lace pillow and bobbins, and I was hot on that for a long time, and I finally just gave it up. I just haven't been doing it. I thought I would do Ren fairs and have the bobbin lace as a demo at Ren fairs, and it just never panned out. I really never got into the community of people that do the SCA and all that, and the people that habituate all the Ren fairs, nor did I want to travel a whole lot, and you almost have to if you want to do it. It's so, I kind of, that was where I was going with it, and I thought, well, of course, at that time, that was years ago, I was just doing podcasts, right? I wasn't really talking or showing anything, I was just doing podcasts. I was talking about it, but not showing it. Now would be good. I got back into it because of the streaming. I know there are people who do it. I have better luck with that than I do chatting. I am hopeless. I must have taught myself 5 times now, and it just doesn't stick. I have to start from scratch every time I pick up a shuttle. I do not understand why I have it that way, that it just doesn't ever stick. I couldn't begin to do the first thing with a shuttle, even though I've gone through instruction books with it many times. Oh, 8 harnesses, that's really amazing. You can do so much with that, pattern-wise. That's why you got your... See, I saw your books. I was very impressed with your books. That's why you got your books at the Fiber Fair. That's going to really help you. And you're going to have so much fun with that. You've bitten the weaving bug. Isn't that supposed to be the other way around? Gonna chew on it for a while. What time are you streaming today, KB? Oh, 1:30. I don't, shoot, that's too late. I have to, we're leaving at 11. Okay. I was going to raid you if you're starting soon, but, alright. We'll take a look and see if there's somebody else to raid. I saw the strangest thing last night. I was watching Positively Crafty, and she was finishing up, and she wanted to raid, and she picked somebody that she knew, right? And then things just kind of froze, and she came back to life, and she said, "What happened?" And the person that she was going to raid was like, "I was just raiding you." And Positively Crafty said, "I was raiding you." And they raided at the same time. You did see it. Wasn't that funny? I have never seen that either. And they said they never have had it happen. I've never had it happen. But, I so seldom raid anybody that raids me. I mean, I don't get raids, right? So that it's not like other people would be looking at me and saying, "I'm going to come raid you." I do once in a while, but not that often. But still, I didn't realize you were there. It was amazing. Yeah, right. You were sent on the raid. Well, I must have been too, but I didn't do anything. I just kept waiting. I thought maybe she was delaying the raid or something. I just kept waiting. She never really went away. She froze for a little bit, but she came back, and I was still there. So I don't know. It was weird. I know you wouldn't even know how something like that could happen. I know. That's what they kept saying. You were stuck on the frozen screen. Okay. Of the one that raided. The other person, not Crafty. Huh. Yeah, see, even that is like Twitch picked certain people to send and others didn't. If the raid actually had gone through, I probably would have been just dropped. Yay! I'll miss. I threw that great ball as a last. I mean, that was a spur of moment thought. I wasn't even sure I was typing it right. I'm never, you must be looking at something that I never look at. I don't bring that up. I should, Don't bring that up. I noticed you always look and see what type something is. I don't. I just guess. The missions. Oh. Yes. Okay. See? I didn't even know they had missions. That makes sense. So, you finish a mission by making misses. That's good. Do they reward Pokeballs? Oh, I'm horrible too. I even I'm not so much battling against other people, but that the big boss. I never can get it. Only I'm doing that on Pokemon Go. That isn't the one on here. It's Pokemon Go that I try the battles sometimes. Different Pokeballs, stones, and other rewards. Okay. I do not use my desktop very much. I use it for streaming. I have some games installed on it and I'll go to Pogo, which is a gaming site, to play games I've been subscribed to Pogo for more years than I care to admit. You have to pay a yearly fee for it, but it has always been my go-to gaming, as opposed to Steam and all that. They're not as much role-playing games as they are different types of solitaire. There is some mystery type games, hidden objects. There's all sorts of different games on it, but anyway, that's what I tend to. And I go on the desktop for that. What I was really saying is I just don't use my desktop for very much at all. Shopping when I, want to do Amazon or any of that. A lot of times I just use my iPad. I have to go to the dentist tomorrow. Gonna get some fillings. Okay. I'm going to leave in about 15 minutes, Holly. So for today, and then I'll be back on Thursday evening, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, whatever time that is for you. It would be earlier. I'll be back on Thursday. So maybe we can catch each other then. In the meantime, thank you so much for hanging around. Oh, no, those carpets just aren't going to vacuum themselves, are they? I need to do the same thing. I have done some housework lately, but not much. Yeah, okay. You may not be back home on time Thursday to catch your stream. I have to travel overnight to see a couple of my doctors on Wednesday and Thursday. Well, safe travels, especially since it's getting around the holiday time. And I'll see you whenever I can, whenever our schedules meet again. Thank you so much for the stickers again. I so appreciate it. Oh, that's nice. Thank you. I start out an early morning stream and I'm kind of dragging and, a little grumpy. And I was in a good mood by the time I'm done. It really is. Especially nice to talk to people in the morning. KB, I appreciated your conversation too, for sure. Having met you, it's even more special. I can just see you. That and you're streaming. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, now, I have one more to go. I'm going to keep it for... I'm going to go look and see. I'm raiding with nobody. I have one person. Oh, well. Let me see here. I'm going to stop this music. And I'll go to Twitch, see who's streaming here. I see a spinning wheel. Oh, that's okay. That is Rogue. I can go see Rogue. We haven't done Rogue for a long time. I do want to check out, that's diamond paint, alright, crochet, more crochet, another crochet, wow, two diamond painters, Pokemon cards. A wig. That's interesting. Okay, leatherwork. Alright. Focus projects and the return of Hawkeye. Let me get through the ads here. I'll mute them. Alright, I am going to go raid Rogue. I appreciate everybody again. Thank you. I'll be back Thursday evening, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And hopefully, I don't know what I'll be doing. I might be playing this. I might be. Take care, KB. Have safe travels, everybody. And stay healthy. Raid. Road Knitter. Oh, wrong thing. I do that every time. And I don't spell raid right. I hope she doesn't go offline by the time I get there. There we go. Boy, it's slow. Alright, thank you. Take care. See you later.
Apparently there's an anime or a show of some kind called O's, and it's like Power Rangers. That is her current hyper focus. Anybody who's curious. Hey, you get off my arm. I don't know, I don't understand, but you know. Started warming up to you, that's awesome. Welcome in, Yarn Spinners. Shoot, I didn't run an ad while I was on break, so you probably got stuck in an ad. Sorry about that. I've been trying to remember to do that so people don't get stuck in pre-roll ads when I'm actually, you know, crafting. I don't always remember. We had a momentary cat break as well. Because Katie was all, pick me up and pet me, pick me up and pet me. And then, of course, when you pick her up and pet her, she's like, no, why are you touching me? Ah! Katie is a cat. She's insane. It's fine. She came in to say hi. I am spinning today. This is an Electric Eel Nano 1.1. The fiber I am dyeing or spinning is from McBride Dye Works, which I believe has changed their name, but I cannot remember to what. It is merino, and the colorway is called Galaxy Rose. I don't have a clue what you're talking about, but I love that you love that show vibes. I don't have a clue what she's talking about, but she loves it, and she gets so excited, and I love that. She about ad running when needed. Thank you, Dork. I appreciate it. And the snake chef. She ran out of her hide like, ooh, water spray. Welcome back, Rain. Salty caramel creamer, yes. And pasta de mom. I have a